takes it back. Yeah. The mother boys don't know how to act. Yeah. I think it's special what's behind your back.
Greetings, welcome to So Much to Talk About. We're here at the 13th annual Knicks Bowling Night. My pleasure to have assistant coach of the New York Knicks and former head coach of the Atlanta Hawks, Mr. Mike Woodson. Pleasure to have you on the show, sir.
Well, it's great to be here and great to be on your show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And talk about how's your bowling game? Like, talk about what's your expectation for tonight?
Well, I'm just gonna enjoy the festivities. I'm not gonna bowl. You know, I'm not a bowler, and I got a bad back, so we got to protect that.
Okay, that's right. That's right. Because we don't want you to be sitting on those high chairs like Phil Jackson.
Absolutely.
Wanted to ask you, sir, like, how has this first year been in being able to assist with the defense as well as being able to be implemented with new personnel and with a new coach at Mike D'Antoni to be working with?
Well, first of all, it's great just being back in New York. I started here 32 years ago as a player, so it's kind of a complete circle for me to be back. But to get the opportunity, Mike, allowing me to come here and coach with him and then give me the defensive assignment of trying to build a defensive system here in New York with this team has been great. And we've shown major signs of improvement in terms of our defense. Our offense is starting to come around even more now. So it's just a matter of us maintaining, where we are today and continuing to build on it.
Wow, the phenomena of Jeremy Lin, his ascension, have you ever seen anything like this in your 32 years dealing in the NBA?
Well, I've been in the league 28 years, and I have not seen anything like this. It's great. It's great for basketball, when a player that's considered a nobody gets an opportunity to play and he makes the most of it. And I don't mean a nobody in the sense of the person, because he's a good young man and he means well, but nobody would give him an opportunity. And he got his break here, and he's been shining ever since he stepped into the lineup. And I just can't help but think that he'll continue to grow in this league and be even a better player.
It's beautiful now that this team is 10-11 deep now. That's great going into the playoffs and being able to not have to have your superstars play heavy minutes, right?
Well, that's important. Getting Barron back and Steve Novak coming on board and being a big plus for us. It's just a lot of positive things happening here in New York with this Knicks team, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. But we can't stop here. We still got a lot of work on our hands and a long way to go. So we got to continue to push these guys to continue to grow and get better each time they step out on the floor.
No one talks about the maturity, the professional maturity of Joe Johnson under your watch and Josh Smith under your watch and Al Horford under your watch. Talk about how those guys are indebted to what you've been able to contribute and how proud of you are.
Well, I'm very proud of that, the 6-year run that I had in Atlanta, because ownership gave me an opportunity to start from scratch and build a young basketball team. I started with 18, 19, 20-year-old young men that it wasn't easy, and I don't wish it on anyone, but it was a good run in terms of having the opportunity to take those young guys and build a basketball team, and they are good players today, because of that, and I wish them nothing but the best. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stay and complete the job, but my job now is here in New York to try to see that this team grows defensively as well as offensively and hopefully get to the championship round. That's what it's all about.
One more question for you. The legendary Robert Montgomery Knight. Talk about how his everlasting teachings have really influenced your life.
Well, he's been a major influence in my life. Going back from college and, my 11 years that I played in the pros, he had a great deal to do with that. He and I remain friends today. I wish he can get back into coaching because I think he still has something to offer and give any college or any level he wishes to coach on. But right now I think he's comfortable in calling games at the college level, and he does an excellent job in doing that. And I wish him nothing but the best.
Coach Woodson, great to finally talk with you, and have a great rest of the season. Hope to see you again before the playoffs.
Okay, thank you very much.
Pleasure to have for the second straight year, Mr. Herb Williams. And Coach, I got to say, how did you do last year, and are you ready to make the improvements, the necessary improvements?
The last time I bowled was last year, and I'm getting ready to bowl again this year. But it's for a good cause, raise a lot of money, Garden of Dreams Foundation, that partner up with a lot of other charities. It's always for a good cause, raise a lot of money over the years, and, you know, we get to come out, relax, and enjoy the evening.
I want to talk about this roller coaster of a season so far. It's been just really one of the most intriguing seasons in Knicks history. Talk about how, you know, of course, Jeremy Lin has a lot to do with it, but talk about the camaraderie, how it's improved over the past month and a half.
Well, it has. I mean, anytime you start to win and our players start to feel good about themselves, they start to be a little closer. The camaraderie gets a lot better. And you're able to say things to players that you wouldn't normally be able to say as far as teammates, and they don't take it the wrong way. And the only way you're going to win is you got to be truthful and you got to be honest with each other. And you can't worry about stats or anything like that. You have to worry about what you bring to the table. That's hard work and that's hustle every night. And if you do that, things will turn out right. But the one thing what people got to realize is that this team hasn't been together for a long time. That's why it's been ups and downs. And we may have a few more ups and downs. I mean, Jeremy Lin has been with us for 14 games. You know, Melo and Amari's played together for maybe about 60, 70 games. And then, you know, we had Tyson Chandler at the beginning of the year. We had a Baron Davis probably about 6 or 7 games ago. So we haven't really been together for a long time. And in order for us to speed that process up, is players got to be committed to winning. And if you're committed to winning, everything will work itself out. But most teams that win, they've been together for a while and they know each other.
Speaking of Tyson Chandler, talk about the defensive intensity he's brought, as well as Iman Shumpert, the rookies, becoming a lockdown defender.
Well, if you're going to win, you're going to win big in this league. You got to come out. You got to play defense because you got to try to slow teams down. You're not going to stop teams. You got to put points on the board, and you got to be able to slow other teams up. And, you know, his presence, you know, in the back, blocking shots, you know, the way he talks, his energy that he brings to the game. And then, you know, getting a young fella, Shump has come in, and, you know, some games where we were going sideways. When he came in and he locked some people up, changed the whole complexity of games for us, and we need that from him night in and night out. I mean, you don't want to depend on the rookie, you know, to do that night in and night out, but he's shown that he can do it, and that's great for us.
One more question for you, sir. Like, talk about, in your honest assessment, how far this team can go overall. Because let me tell you, with the depth and everything, it seems like this team is destined to make a run. Like, talk about how it's going to be a process to be able to get that consistency and that familiarity together.
Well, that's going to come with the players, from hanging around each other and dealing with each other day to day, either not only in a basketball atmosphere, you know, outside the court. You know, maybe they go to dinner on the road, maybe they catch a movie on the road, where you learn about a person and then your feelings start to change about them, and that brings you closer together. Anytime you find a team that wins a lot, those players are normally real close. Then they go out, they do a lot of stuff together, because if you only see a guy in a basketball setting, it's kind of tough because you don't know what his life is about. When you get away from the court, guys start to talk about their families, they start to talk about what's going on in their daily lives. So guys become a lot closer to each other. And she just walked right in front of the camera. But teams that win, that's what they do. They spend a lot of time together, and so you form that bond with each other. But you know, you just gotta make the sacrifice to win games, and no matter how we win, who gets the credit, it's not important, because at the end of the day, we're a team, and we're always gonna be a team. We're gonna win together, we lose together. But I think if things click and run the right way, we got a chance to win a championship. We got enough talent, enough players. We're tough enough. We can score the basketball that we can win a championship.
And I definitely see that too, sir. And I got to say, pleasure to talk with you once again, and good luck with tonight.
Thank you. I'm going to try.
us so much to talk about. 13th annual Knicks Bowl night. My pleasure to have. This man has done a wonderful job in tweaking the Knicks roster, and they're heading back to the playoffs for the second straight year. Mr. Glen Grunwald. Pleasure to have you on the show.
It's great being here on a fun night like this.
Yes, indeed. Now, sir, talk about Tyson Chandler has made such an impact on the defensive end, and I know that's what you envisioned, especially interiorly, and that gives the Knicks an advantage in a very small Eastern Conference, right?
Well, he's done a great job with that, but he's done a great job with a number of other things too. His leadership and his vocalness in terms of talking about what we need to do and how we need to do it has been great too, and he's just been a total positive influence on our team, and offensively too. Like, he's really coming on in terms of running our pick and roll and doing a great job with that.
Talk about how this roster is gelling right now. Of course, with the addition of Jeremy Lin, it was like Jeremy Lin said, it was a gift from God. It was heaven sent, and it's been heaven sent for New York and New York City. Talk about what did you see that was so special in him when you guys signed him on December 27th?
Well, we liked him as a player. You know, he's got he's pretty athletic. He's got good size. He's got a good feel for the game and a good basketball IQ. But I can't tell you that I predicted he'd come in and average 20 points a game and 10 assists. So we're very happy for him and for our team that it's worked out so well.
One more question for you. Talk about your road from Indiana, and of course being a former teammate of Mike Woodson, that bond. Talk about how, to the audience, what it takes to be able to get at a position that you're at, the hard work, and also too the savviness that it takes to be where you're at today.
Well, like I said, you got to get good experience, and you got to have a good education, and you got to know the right people, and fortunately all those things worked out for me. So I'm very thankful that I had the opportunity to come to New York and work for the Knicks, and I owe that to a lot of people. And like Woody, we're just Hoosiers at heart here, and wound up in the big city. I'm not sure exactly how that happened either.
And Bob Knight had that everlasting effect on you, right?
Oh, sure. Coach Knight has been a great influence on us all from our early days up till now. He still talks to us regularly and is always willing to provide some advice and wisdom.
I always said to myself, if I was a big-time college recruit, I would have went to IU to play under Bob Knight, for sure.
Okay, yeah, it was a great experience. It wasn't all easy now, but in the end, it was great.
Exactly. That type of discipline is needed, always. It makes you a better man, for sure. Mr. Grunwald, pleasure to have you on Summer Show.
Have fun tonight. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.